Hello and welcome back to the AfterTap channel and welcome to the second episode of Martha Mondays. So if you missed the introduction to this new series, I will link the last video below. This is the first, real episode where we're covering a chapter from Martha Stewart's Homekeeping Handbook, which is basically a textbook. It looks, feels, and is written like a textbook, and wow, there's a lot of information to cover. Today I'm going to be covering pages 13 to 19. If you have the book or if you are planning on getting the book, that is what I'm covering today. I'm going to be telling you all my key takeaways from it, but the chapter is called Cleaning Products 101. So this essentially is going to set us up for how we're going to work through this textbook and work through changing how we clean our homes and cleaning like Martha Stewart. So Martha says, as you walk down the aisles of your grocery store, you may have a hard time imagining that people once cared for their floors, windows, clothes without the aid of commercial products. Can't even imagine, to be honest. Before the advent of the myriad products that we take for granted today, a homemaker had to have a basic understanding of chemistry of cleaning in order to keep a tidy home. So she kind of goes through that and like the history, but first we go through the most important thing, and that is how to read labels. So she talks through a few subheadings here. So the type of product, directions for use, how to read the ingredients, safety information, storage guidelines, disposal guidelines. Cleaning products don't have to list their ingredients. They don't have to by law in the States and in Canada. However, if they do, Martha is saying that's a good sign. So you will see on this glass cleaner from 7th generation, there is a full list of all the ingredients. Then I compared it to Mr. Clean Freak and Mr. Clean Freak, and it's a very different label. There are no ingredients. It looks a lot scarier. Here there is cautions, so it tells you what it's safe for, specifically safe with the use of caution on concrete, so like my countertops, not safe for brass. If product gets in your eyes, flush thoroughly with water. If swallowed, drink plenty of water. Okay, this one says caution, may irritate eyes, do not get in the eyes, do not spray towards the face, keep out of the reach of children. First aid treatment, call poison control immediately, do not induce vomiting. If in eyes, rinse with water for 15 minutes. It's just a lot more intense, and there's absolutely no ingredients on this bottle, which they don't have to. However, it just makes you feel a little bit safer because there is nothing to hide in this one. So reading the labels is the first section of that chapter. And it's definitely something that I kind of overlook. I just get caught up with, the newest, latest, oh, look at this new spray bottle. It sprays so nicely. And I'm not saying that I will stop buying commercial products after reading this. I won't. I enjoy them a lot, and I just don't think I'm there yet with my natural cleaning techniques and everything, so I will slowly implement them. However, Martha talks about not getting caught up in how they market themselves. So you want to look for specific things that the company is able to claim. For example, you wouldn't want to buy something just because it said biodegradable, because Martha says, most things are biodegradable. But if it says biodegradable in, 3 to 5 days or in 1 year or whatever it is, that's what you want to look for, because that's going to give you a better indication of how harmful this product is for you, your home, and the environment. So I thought that part was extremely interesting. And then she basically, in this next section, talks about the different ingredients. So there's 7 main ingredients in all cleaning products, and that would be, abrasives, bleaches, builders, enzymes, solvents, fragrances, and surfactants, chemicals and detergents, and many other cleaning products that make water spread rather than bead. surfactants. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. This next section is when we get into the pH scale. So this is very much chemistry, cleaning chemistry here. So she talks about the pH scale, which is from 0 to 14. 7 is neutral, and then before 7 is acidic, and above 7 are alkaline. So she talks about how to not necessarily find the pH scale on the labels, because it's most of the time not on the labels. It will be in the material safety data sheet, which you'll be able to find online for most products. But she talks about how, okay, so you know that dish soap is a neutral. You don't need to wear gloves. You are able to wash your dishes without gloves, and it's not going to be damaging to your skin. Whereas dishwasher detergent is usually acidic because it cuts through grease. It's good to know this pH scale and where certain products line up on it, because things like marble, you don't want acidic because it could be damaging to the stone. So she really gets into the specific, and she'll tell you the pH level. So for example, an oven cleaner is number 12 on the pH level. So it has the whole chart here that you can reference anytime you are unsure. Usually products won't have the pH level on them, but you can find them online in their material safety data sheet, which all companies, I believe, all manufacturers have to post this online, but don't quote me on that. Okay, and then the next section, we go into healthier choices. And in this section, it's a long written section, no charts, no pictures, but it basically talks about how a lot of us think that clean is smelling scents in your home, and I'm guilty of this too, so no judgment here. But in reality, clean is no scent. So if you don't smell anything except for cooking and your flowers, that is a clean home. So a lot of us think the smell of chemicals is the smell of a clean home, and quite honestly, that's not the healthiest thing. And that is something I will work on alongside with you to kind of shift my mindset away from chemicals equal clean. This last section is Martha's universal cleaning kit, and many of you will be very happy that she actually lists this item first, and that is Miss Meyer's all-purpose cleaner. So it doesn't necessarily have to be Miss Meyer's, but she does mention this one specifically. It says an all-purpose cleaner such as Miss Meyer's, or a solution of 2 tablespoons of mild dishwashing liquid such as ivory, and 2 cups of water in a spray bottle. So I wanted to show you, this spray bottle here was $1 at the dollar store, and it has held up great. And in here I had diluted Zaflora. However, you could dilute exactly what she said and have your own multi-purpose cleaner. So that's the very first thing on her list. The next one is a mildly abrasive cleanser such as a Balm Amy. So I had to look that up because I didn't know what that was. I'm not sure if that's an American thing or what, but essentially baking soda. So I just keep my baking soda in here. Baking soda, you know, it is so versatile. And if you don't know that already, stick around because we are going to be using baking soda a lot. So the next one, baking soda. Glass cleaner or solution of 1 part white vinegar, 1 part water, which actually works so amazing. However, we've already talked about this. I have the 7th generation glass cleaner, and I love it more than the Meyer's glass cleaner, which I can't believe I'm saying that, but truly. Rubber gloves. I don't wear these as much as I should, but I have them ready to go now. Then lint-free white cloths. These are a must. So, so good. I got these for Christmas a couple years ago. I think I have a pack of like, I want to say 9 or 10, but they're amazing. I use them on everything. This, and I use microfiber cloths on surfaces that are a little bit softer, so stainless steel, etc. A medium bristled scrub brush. So that is it. That's all she says. For a cleaning routine, less is more, is literally what it says in front of it. So put all of this stuff, gather in a caddy so that we can follow along. So I will put all of these essentials into one spot. So as we move through this book, I can always pull them out and use them like Martha. Now there's one other thing I wanted to mention before I let you go and before we talk about next week's episode, but that is cleaning product guidelines. She has 5 cleaning product guidelines that you should always follow, and I think I should just read this out to you as is because I think it's super important. Number 1, always try the least toxic products first before moving on to something stronger. So when you're cleaning an oven, start with baking soda and water before using a commercial spray. We already know that baking soda and water or baking soda and vinegar in your oven works fantastic. So if you can't get it off with that, then move on to the next thing. Number 2, buy only as much product you plan to use within a month or 2. Products lose their effectiveness when they sit for long periods of time. I don't do this. So number 2 is important for me. Let me know if it's something you need to work on too. Number 3, always keep products in their original containers so you have access to the instruction for proper use. So unless you know it really well, do not put it into those clear containers with the nice bamboo lid that look perfect in your laundry room. Keep them in the original containers. Also, pay attention of whether or not this is me talking out Martha, but whether or not the container the product is in is clear or if it is opaque, because sunlight can change how a product is. So you want to match what the product was originally in. So don't put it into that clear glass spray bottle if it was in an opaque one. Okay, anyway, number 4, never mix cleaning products. Combining chlorine bleach or ammonia to acidic products such as tub and tile cleaner, for example, can result in deadly fumes. I did not know that at all. Yeah. So you need to rinse surfaces fully before you go ahead and try something else. I feel like we should all know these guidelines already. I mean, maybe you do, but I definitely didn't know that one. Last guideline from Martha for cleaning product guidelines is always store cleaning products out of reach of children and pets. Pretty self-explanatory. Hopefully you're already doing that. I don't have pets or children yet, so I haven't had to worry about that, but I'm sure you're already thinking ahead like that. Keep them up on the higher shelves. Keep the laundry room door shut if you have pets, all of that stuff. So that is the full section for this week, and I learned a lot from this section. So again, those were pages 13 through 19, and then next week we are going to be talking about, and this one's pretty exciting, I'm going to have printables for you, not from her book, just printables from what I take away from this next chapter, and it's room by room. So 6 things that you have to do every day, weekly, monthly, seasonal, spring specific, fall specific. It's going to be a big one, and especially going into spring cleaning, I feel like it's so needed to talk about what maintenance has to happen to your home in spring. It's not just, oh, I got the spring cleaning kick. It's no, this stuff has to happen every year, whether or not we feel like spring cleaning or not. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Martha Mondays. Let me know in the comments below if you are following along in your own version of the book, or if you're liking the episodes, if you have any suggestions on how I can explain this content better. I hope you understand that I am learning alongside of you, so I am not the expert. Martha is, so hopefully we can learn together, and I'm really excited for episode 3 next week. If you liked this video and my others, please remember to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next week. Bye.